Hi, Jasmine. It's Monday, and I'm going to do your tag. Question one. Have you ever told the doctor something and you wish you hadn't told him? No, not for me personally, but for my child. I told the doctor things that I wish I did not have to tell him. Question two. Do you, does it bother you if people stare at you? Um, no, it doesn't. And because when you get to a certain age, um, you feel more bold, you feel more free, you don't care what other people think of you. Well, you do, but not like you did before. I mean, um, okay, so like an old lady will pretty much just tell you anything. And a young person would think they were old or cranky or senile or whatever, but the old lady doesn't care. Okay, but when I was a young person, a child, it really did bother me because there were things that about my body that people would stare at. That was a given, and I expected it, and it bothered me horribly. I was probably a depressed child and didn't know it. And then when I got into college, it bothered me a lot because a lot of the staring was lewd. Yeah, and that scared me. But now that I'm old, I don't care. I get stared at every time I walk out my door because I'm like one of the handful of white people in my whole neighborhood. So, and I'm old and I don't have a man with me, and so people tend to look at me a little longer than they normally would uh, if I blended in. Well, anyway, question three. If you were asked to be a shop window mannequin for a week with pay, would you do it? No, I wouldn't. First of all, it depends what side of the street it's on because if I'm put in the sun all day, that will absolutely, without a doubt, make me have seizures. And second of all, that kind of work would make me sick. Literally, would make me sick. That's why I don't work. Number four, have you ever played strip poker? No, never did. Never played spin the bottle or anything where you have to take your clothes off. However, I have been skinny dipping many a time. Oh, yeah, and been to a nude beach. Nude. Number five, have you ever been to Paris? Yes, I have been to Paris. I love Paris. I don't think it's romantic. Um, it's a fascinating city, and every time my family and I tried to cross the street, we ran into the same problem. The cars were driving down the streets of Paris at 60 miles an hour, and they don't care what's in the road. They don't even look, they just keep driving. Even though all six of us held hands and made a big wide line of six people and tried to cross the road that way, it didn't work. They would still come at us with their cars. But I did enjoy being fluent in France, in French, in Paris, and getting very good treatment from all the shop people in restaurants, even though we were American and our family had four kids and we were young and we were loud. But And we even camped in Paris for a week. And I got to read French newspapers. So you see, to a 15-year-old, it was kind of exciting. If I went as an adult, I don't know how I would feel about it, but I would probably base it on my experience as a 15-year-old, you know. But maybe I don't find it romantic because I was only 15. I don't know. Anyway, that's it, Jasmine, and it was a good tag. And I'll see you next week. Bye.